Hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry about that, we had to take a little bit of a dinner break. Just needed some food and then it turned into a little bit of social time. But yeah, we're back here. So let me go ahead and turn some of this music down here. It's kind of I see people saying making me sleepy, but yes, we are back. And I'm going to go ahead and start sharing this around here so we can get some people watching here. Okay over there? Yeah, let me see if we can hear you. Oh, there we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Sorry, dinner took a little bit longer than we wanted to, but, you know, we had to take a break. Spencer here's been hammering it for 10 hours straight. Dan, doing good. Doing good tonight. Thank you for joining in. I know we're backed up a little bit here, but now we're back into it, and we're going to make a little more headway.
Yeah, so I'll kind of tell everybody where we
I'll let him
left off. In the previous installment, right before we went to grab some dinner, we revived Chrono after he was killed in the first battle of Lavos. We had to go through and get some help from the Guru of Time right in front of us here to figure out how to do so, and then we climbed Death Peak and brought our doppelganger and our egg. And so now we are in the final stretch of the game. There's about 7 side quests that we can do to finish this game up, to help us get some items and just kind of to finish up some plot lines. So what we're going to do is start working on those. We're going to do all 7 of them, and then as soon as we're done, we are going to attack the Black Omen. Hopefully, we don't know how long we're going to go tonight, but the plan is to go for a little while. So hopefully we'll get a few of these side quests done, maybe all 7 if we can really get going.
We'll see if we get a lot of people following here. See if we get some motivation.
Woo-woo. So anyway, I don't know why I keep talking to people. But anyway, so what we're going to do first is I think we're going to go do the Fiona storyline. And just so people know what the Fiona storyline is earlier in the game, in 600 BC, we ended up going to fight Magus. And when we fought Magus, there was this forest that was over by Magus's lair, the cave to go there. And it ended up becoming a desert because I think Magus's foes came over and kind of destroyed it while we were fighting with Magus. So we're on the Middle Ages. We need Robo for this, so I'm going to sub Robo out for Marley. I feel like maybe I need to talk to her first. So she's trying to replant the forest, as she tells us right here. What did I screw up, Nick?
What are you doing?
Well, there's supposed to be a hole in the ground. I probably should have talked to her earlier, and I think I have to go to, yeah. So, you see there's no cottage here for her.
Right.
I don't really remember how to start this quest, honestly, but we're going to try to figure it out real quick. When I played on the DS last time, it was already, the hole that I was looking for was already up there, so, Well, I'm a little confused, so I'm actually going to skip to the Sunstone is what the first thing we're going to actually go do now. So the Sunstone, we're going to go grab, we're going to go try to find it in the future zone. We're going to go fight an optional boss called the Son of Sun. And I think this is where we're going to end up going. We're going to go back to our original party of Marley, Luca, and Chrono, and we're going to put on some gear that's going to absorb and absorb and negate some fire. So we're going to put on a red vest, a red mail, and some ruby equipment.
Excellent.
So that's what we're doing.
We're getting there.
Yep. Actually, we're going to put on the table suit for her. So right now, this is a battle that you basically have to just use physical attacks on. There's these fires that spin around this guy, and what we need to do is go ahead and attack one and hope for the best. And if we get a ding, nope. If we get we'll get a like almost like a correct answer, but dinger if we hit the right one.
Right.
And if that hits,
Out of one of the fires.
Yep. And then if that hits, it will hit the main foe in the middle and for a couple hundred damage. And we have to do this until we finish it off. This is actually a really tough battle if you don't have the fire equipment, because this Son of Sun can hit pretty hard. Flare's a pretty big attack, but we have some fire absorbing armor, so it should be that before. Well, we just gotta get lucky and hit the right frame.
We'll get there. So they don't alternate, right? You just they stay the same. You just got to pick one of 5.
One of 5, but after a while he'll rotate them all, so you can't keep. Once you figure it out, it will change again. So
okay,
it's a little like a 3-card bounty on this one.
Fair enough.
And that's a pretty big attack there. There you go.
I heard it.
Yeah.
There it is.
So we're going to go ahead and keep attacking that as long as we can. I'm not sure if it's going to let me attack. It will. Oh. So we're done with that round. I'm going to go ahead and throw a full tonic on Luca because she's pretty weak right now. And then we're going to start attacking different flames.
Yeah, please, everybody, give us some comments, give us some chatter, helps us move along in this game, keeps us up, keeps us moving here. So we've been hammering this out for 10 and a half hours today?
Since about 10:30 this morning, and we wrapped up, well, it was about 11 hours this morning, and then we're probably going on hour 12 right now, so.
You got that one right away.
Yeah, that's good. Again, that's a pretty tough attack on Luca. I would rather, since I know where this is, where the right target is right now, I'd rather get as many hits into it as I can before healing Luca. Usually I'm a little bit more of a conservative player and like to keep my health high, but this is such a pain, and now that we've got it this early, it will be nice to get a bunch of hits on this before he spins the root wheel, which is just like. So with that, we're going to use another big tonic on Luca to have her heal. Chrono and Marley have absorbing fire equipment, so they really, I don't even know if they can down this. I guess they could, but it would be really, really bad luck.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, we should.
Give us some chatter, people.
Got some people in the room?
Yeah, we got a few here.
A couple on Twitch.
Yeah, we got a lot on Twitch. It's just, no one's talking. We got stuff going in the background. Hey, Tree, thank you for commenting on here. We got a few people on Twitch, but I think you're the first person to comment.
Very nice. So Son of Sun should go down fairly quickly. It's not a real tough boss if you know what you're doing ahead of time, but So with that, I'm going to go ahead and heal Luca. Oh, nice. So I got that on the second try, so I probably should be able to get probably 3 or 4 more hits in before he does another roulette, and that could be enough to finish him. I don't remember how much HP he has, but I don't think it's an overabundance.
So Vince Martin said he's drawn he's drawn a blank on what game this is.
Oh, it's my favorite game of all time. It's Chrono Trigger.
This is Chrono Trigger, Vince. and we started it at 10:30 this morning, so we put in about 10 and a half, 11 hours here. We just took about maybe an hour, probably about an hour
and a half, 2 hours, yeah.
Hour and a half, 2 hour break. We needed to get some food in us and whatnot, so and no worries.
And keep the fiance happy.
Yep, and to keep the fiance happy.
Yeah, Tree, it's funny you say that. So those are our two favorite games. Nick's favorite game here is Super Metroid, and mine is Chrono Trigger. So kind of funny you should say those are your two favorite games.
Yeah, and not, I can't remember what night it was. It wasn't just a couple nights ago. I ended up streaming Super Metroid again on our SNES fans page and on my Twitch page, and yeah, I could take Super Metroid down without a guide. I think in about 2.5 hours with 100% items, but my best is an hour and a half.
Maybe you missed one of the items.
I got back and got it. I went back and got it.
I know, just think
damn him. But no worries, Vince. We just appreciate having you here, and share the joy. If you like the stream, share it with people. I stream a lot on NES fans, SNES fans, and those are probably most of the games that I stream. Super Nintendo, NES. I do some PlayStation and whatnot, but.
So, just to give everybody a heads up of what just happened, I defeated the Son of Sun. I got the Sun Orb, or the Moon Orb is what it's called. We need to power it up to become the Sun Orb again. So it takes a really, really long time, about 65 million years. And so we go back in the past and drop the Moonstone, and then we can, of course, travel forward.
Ryan's asking, did you guys enjoy Chrono Cross or Xenogears? I know you have an answer for that.
I love Chrono Cross. Xenogear is one of those games that I know how good it is. Everybody tells me how good it is. I've played through probably the first half of it 3 times, and I just can't keep the focus. There's a few storyline parts that are so long that are just absolutely killer for me to get through. But I understand the merit of the game. It's just not my favorite, but I love Chrono Cross. I've probably played through that a dozen times to just play with different parties. So, yeah, love that game.
Let's see here. Where we go? We've got a couple messages coming through here. So, Vince is saying he's been playing Dragon Warrior. I'm assuming what is it, Dragon Warrior?
Was it on the NES?
On the NES? I was going to say like Dragon Warrior 9 or something, or 10. Don't they have those out yet?
Those become Dragon Quest, though, right?
Dragon Quest, yeah. So Dragon Warrior.
Yeah. Original NES game.
I think I own 1 through 4.
So what happened here is the Sunstone ended up being taken by this guy here, the mayor. And earlier I put some groundwork down. I bought some jerky in this time, and then I went back in 600 BC and gave it to the woman that needed it for her recipe. She offered to buy it for a little bit of profit, but you give it to her so that her children become generous. And so when we went and found the Moonstone at his house, he was willing to give it over. If not, I don't think you can complete the side quest.
Sorry, Edwards here is asking, have we ever played... actually, I've ever read the full question. Record of the Lotus. It's on the Dreamcast. I never had a Dreamcast growing up.
No, me neither. Yeah, you gotta share that jerky. So now we're getting the Sunstone. So quest 1 is actually complete already. Luca bogarts it for herself to make some good items.
Were you talking to Zestor there about Xenogears and Disc 2?
Yep.
Okay.
I think that was a response to my thought.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm trying to, I guess, talk on the Facebook feed while I guess you're answering all the questions on the Twitch feed. Edward Lands is asking, what's good? I'm not too... Oh, no, that's me asking. Sorry. I've been misreading some shit. It's been a long day. Good game, lots of grinding. The only reason I wanted to Dreamcast was for Resident Evil Code Veronica.
Right, I forgot it.
And then it just I never got it because Veronica was then ported out to some other systems.
I don't understand. I don't remember. I hate not remembering. So the next quest we can actually take care of is going to finish the Megas Cronies. So earlier, the generals Ozzy, Flea, and Slash, they worked for Magus, and now Magus is on our side. So we got to go wrap them up and make sure they don't come back and haunt people later.
So something too that we've done on our stream is for a lot of people that may have missed it, we did a game giveaway today, and I don't know if we'll do another one tonight. We probably could. We got generating a little bit of a buzz, and we could probably do a game giveaway if people will volunteer for it, or we can do one tomorrow. We just might go for it tomorrow.
Yeah, who knows how long it's
But
last.
yep. But give me a follow on Twitch. And most importantly, I guess, follow me on Twitter, because that's where a lot of my games come through, when my announcements do. And that's a good way to stay in touch when I'm giving free games away. Which I do quite often when I play. I'm not going to have it in a collection, but the fiance loves it that I give games away. So glad this came up on my wall. Massive rainy day here in QLD. I was in Australia. It's flooded and trapped in my driveway. Wow, well, I hope it's not too bad there, Ryan. I hope nothing damaging or anything like that to the house. But I'm glad you can sit and enjoy some Chrono Triggers. So, thanks, Ryan.
I love Super Smash Bros. Melee Zelstar. That's a great choice. I used to play a lot of Super Smash Bros. Melee with Marth as my go-to character.
Oh, Marth.
Mm-hmm.
He used to kick my ass with Marth.
Yeah, Link can hold it.
Yeah, Link couldn't do it.
But, yeah, and I also see that the tree was doing some backseat Metroid playing for you.
Yes.
Giving you a little shit.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, Tree. Sorry. He was right on the ball. Like, that's totally legitimately his game. Because as I was going through the game, he's just making sure, if you got this one, did you get this? Did you get this? And ones you just wouldn't know about unless you played that. So yes, Tree did. So kudos to Tree. Sorry, I thought your name sounded familiar, but we've seen a lot of people.
Zestor, who is your character in Super Smash Bros. Melee? Just piqued my interest.
To me?
No.
Oh.
Nobody cares about you.
Nobody cares about me. Benjamin's saying Roy. That's his.
Roy's our boy.
Roy's our boy. Roy's our boy.
Oh, Falco. Falco's tough. It's quick.
I played Link a lot. I played Link.
I was never really able to use a Falco very well. Falco or Fox. They might have moved too quickly.
What about Captain Falcon?
Captain Falcon he's too heavy and stuff.
The Fox was always good. Fox was fast.
Mm-hmm. Fox was fast.
Fox was fast.
Falco was fast. Marth had great reach and pretty fast moves.
Actually, in some Super Smash Bros. Tournaments, for the GameCube, Marth's banned.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I know some people that did it competitively.
Well, and I know Sheik was very widely used, but I was not very good with her.
Marth was always banned. It's just because of the hit area and just just such an unfair advantage.
So what I am gonna do here in this section of the game is, coming up, I will fight Flea and Ozzy and Slash, and there's two of the three that I want to steal their treasure from, so I'm going to put Ayla in the party so I can charm them. That is one thing that always kind of annoyed me on this game, is that Ayla is the only one that can steal items, and there's a lot of good items to steal. So even if you don't want to play with her through the whole game, if you want some of those items, you do need to level her up, or at least get her techniques up to the point where she has that ability. And not a big deal, it's just something I always thought was funny.
So yeah, he liked Roy. I liked Link. He liked Marth. He liked Roy.
So here's what I was talking about with charm. Yeah, I don't remember that being a thing either, but they can make stuff up. Don't worry about it.
I play Chrono Trigger as soon as I can. It's Lumiere and Frog Flare.
Frog Riga. Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid party. Like I said, I played through this quite a few times. I just got done playing with Ayla and Robo. My party changes basically every time I play. It's just kind of fun to try something new. I thought my Luca and Marley party would be interesting for the stream because they're three of the main characters. Their dialogue is kind of the best consistently throughout the game, so that's why we went with this party. I don't know if I got slashes. I don't know. Now I'm upset.
So, Zestor is saying in recent memory he hasn't heard of Marth being banned. I've been told that it's just, I guess, at probably certain tournaments. But there was, it was the GameStop manager here, Corey, that used to, when they did GameCube tournaments, they would say that he was, you could use anybody but him, just because he's so OP. I mean, he was. Marth would kick your ass.
Well, he wasn't tiered as like when the tier list came out. He wasn't generally at the very top of the tier. It was usually what I used to see as Sheik or Sheik, Falco Fox, and Marth were all there. But Sheik was always what I saw would be number one. But
Benjamin likes playing his Luigi's fun too. I was never good at Luigi.
Neither Mario Brother I'm good at. But again, I think it's one of those games that you kind of lock in a character or two that you're good with, and it's really hard to switch out. I noticed that on the Ultimate Smash Bros. Ultimate is I have about 5 characters that I can use reasonably, and everything else I'm terrible at.
So was Benjamin was saying Luigi actually his taunt was 1% damage.
Yes, so
I didn't know that.
It was a meteor hit, right? You kick them off the stage if they were hanging on to the edge. I think that's what it was. I could be wrong, but I think that's right. Yeah, and I never played any tourneys. Just beat up on Nick a lot.
I laugh because it's true. His little shy kick. Personal grudge. Yeah, I honestly didn't know that, Ben. I didn't know.
Yeah, we actually talked about that game earlier today, the tree. It's the
the Evo Search of Eden.
Yeah, it's the one cart for the Super Nintendo he said his battery pack ran out on.
Yeah, it's the one that died, and I ended up it just had a buddy of mine put a new battery, and it's what he did, on one of our group pages. So got it to him, and he put a new battery pack in it. So yeah, Evo's super fun.
It's a really cool game.
And you got to know what upgrades to get in that game.
But it's fun to just even experiment, even if you don't know exactly what you're doing. There is some grinding to do that experimenting, but it's just a fun game. This is also a fun Aussie battle. You hit the switches on the wall, and you think you're going to have to go through all 3. But you get sent down to the floor below, which is no big deal. Go back up and fight him, and something stupid happens. I did miss the Evo's super expensive. I've only done it with emulation probably in the last 20 years, but so you have this stupid cat that comes in and hits a switch and wins the battle for you. Anyway, I did miss the Flea Vest and the Slasher 2 when I fought the group of bad guys, but it's no big deal because we'll get better equipment than that. But that's not what I was going for, but didn't end up working out.
So we have, let me ask what games their favorites are. So we have, let's ask Edward and Ben here what their favorite games are. And we also have Ryan, too. So Edward, let's go Ed, Ben, and Brian. Favorite games? And why? You know what's one thing that I've never asked? Well, let's see what Tree's here saying. The concept is fun, but the gameplay is a bit too simple. It's alright to play on an emulator, but it's a card I own too. Right, and I prefer playing on my Raspberry Pi because if I do an upgrade that I don't like, I can go back to the save state. That makes it just a world of difference because you're trying to get so much XP or whatever it is. Again, you're grinding for.
So we're gonna go into our third side quest, and this is one that I actually don't love. And the reason I don't love it is because I get lost in this this dungeon here quite a bit, or this factory. And you need to take Robo, and I really have him under technique right now, which is going to be kind of a pain. But, we'll take him with. We'll go with Marley with him, I think. But he's going to have a battle by himself that might be a little brutal. Oh, what am I doing?
So Edward's saying that his favorite is Shinobi 3 on the Sega.
Oh. I've
yeah.
never played it.
I think my favorite game on the Sega is probably Quackshot. I love Quackshot. But that's the Sega. That's not my favorite game there. But he's saying awesome graphics, great power-up. And you know what? One thing is that I've always wanted to ask people is I have two experiences with it, but have you ever... What's a video game that you played that reminds you of a musical album? You know, at times where you listened to a certain CD when a game came out, and you have that. You know, I mean, do you have anything like that?
I do. Really random. The 311 Evolver album reminds me of Mario 2 Yoshi's Island, Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island for the Super Nintendo. I would play it a lot and play the music at the same time, and I don't know, it always just, for some reason, just kind of stuck with me as a grouping. If I play one or hear the other, it's always the same.
Tree saying the concept is fun, but the game is okay.
That's Evo.
Yep. And then he dislikes the future part in Chrono Trigger. Always found it to be tedious for some reason.
Yeah, I agree.
Then he's asking me if I was talking to this Edward. I don't know if you're Edward. If that is, that's one hell of a coincidence because the other guy I'm talking to on Facebook, his name's Edward as well.
We're talking to everybody.
We are. So we have I'm streaming on a couple different pages. So we got this dialogue that's happening between a few. But Edward or Ben is playing. I'm assuming it's World of Warcraft. That's like me and Diablo. I love Diablo. Edward's wife loves Yoshi Island.
Yeah, Yoshi Island's
it's a good one. Yoshi Island's good.
really like it.
I think the games that I played a lot were I listened to when I played Super Metroid. I listened to the Last Action Hero soundtrack a lot, and that was always fun. And then I listened to Green Day Dookie by playing Illusion of Gaia. Yep, you knew that one was coming. But let's see here. I'm Edward. I'm the real Edward. That's what he's saying. So sure, we'll take it. The real Slim Shady.
I did make a slight mistake here. I took Luke out of my party, which I'm totally fine with, but I was going to take her gold stud off of her and put it on Chrono so that he can cast Luminaire at will, which will just help us move through this part much quicker. But for right now, we can't do that, so I guess we're stuck. And as soon as I can, I'm going to kind of halt my progress and go ahead and give him a full ether just to get his MP up.
Weezer's Pinkerton? Oh, okay, yeah, the Weezer album. Okay, Weezer's Pinkerton, Final Fantasy VII. That's a fun combo. I don't think I was listening to anything in when I was playing Final Fantasy VII, but you know, Josh used to listen when he was playing Breath of Fire. You know what album he was listening to? Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh,
he was
really?
jamming to Bone Thugs when he's playing Breath of Fire.
See it?
Oh, Ken's tree in Twitch stream, so that's why he's bouncing back and forth. So
Edward is.
Kenneth is over here. He's also tree on Twitch.
Okay.
We stream on Twitch, Ken, our tree, just because it's a better feed and it's not as laggy and it doesn't brick out as much. So, but I'm also streaming simultaneously to Facebook as well. We just get more people in. Ben, it was a dark time. It was a dark time listening to Weezer's Pinkerton and FF7. I laugh, and hopefully it's nothing really personal that you were doing for a dark time in your life, you know, but maybe music-wise or whatever. But then Bone. So, Tree, do you have any that you've listened to? Any albums that remind you of any specific video games?
So yeah, for anybody that doesn't know this game too well, the Gold Stud cuts your MP usage by 75%. So Chrono's Luminaire costs him 20 MP, but it then only costs him 5, which is one hit quits most parties that aren't immune to magic in the game. So something I always like to do, especially in this end game where you're just kind of trying to get through these, grab some good equipment, and get ready to go to the Black Room.
Yep. Short work of them.
Yeah, that's what Luminaire does.
Ken says all he can think is Grand Theft Auto, but that doesn't count. The Flock of Seagulls songs comes to mind from the GTA commercial.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
was that Vice City or was that?
It might have been Vice City. I don't remember.
Josh used to play. I remember him playing Vice City, and I remember sitting in Missoula and watching him play that game, and you know, with all the porn stars and stuff like that, and it was fun. It was fun to watch. Ken used to jam to Roy Jones Jr. Can't be touched when playing Punch Out. Super Punch Out, maybe, right? We were talking about Super Punch Out earlier.
Yeah, I was saying that I would like to do a stream one day on that.
Super Punch Out's fun.
Yeah, and it's actually not that difficult, especially compared to the first one, which is one of the most brutally difficult games.
Right. Hey, Kekagero. Yeah, the first one is tough, and it's fun to watch people who are fantastic at games these days with 15 buttons on a control panel, but to get in Mike Tyson's face, he'll kick your ass. He'll lay you out.
Oh, it's so funny to watch some of the kids these days. I'm gonna date myself, but they'll be playing Fortnite, and I'll try to get them to play Mario Brothers, and can't jump over a pit. It's crazy. It's just like it's such like a different motor function almost.
It is. It takes a I don't know, an 80s kid to beat Punch Out.
Yeah.
Even I couldn't beat it. If I sat down and did it 100 times, I'd probably only beat it maybe 2 or 3 times.
I don't want to do that right now.
But, I don't want to do it.
But honestly, I couldn't play around in Fortnite and not, and make the top half. That is not something that's in my wheelhouse anymore. Or Call of Duty or Destiny, just nothing I'm good at.
Ken says he can beat it without getting hit. And you know what? I'm not gonna say you can't, because you may be able to. That's a tough feat if you can, though. I would love to see it.
Yeah,
that's tough.
That's good streaming there.
Right, to beat Mike Tyson without getting hit. Not just the entire game, but just fighting Mike Tyson alone.
I want to see the whole game.
Did you see the guy that did the world record? He beat it blindfolded. He got the Mike Tyson, but he couldn't beat Mike Tyson blindfolded because his hits are so random. It's just a random generator. But he knew everybody else's fights. He streamed it, and he knew everybody's fights and did it in front of an entire audience. And he beat everybody. And his goal was to get one hit on Mike Tyson, and he did. And that was the record there.
Cool.
So Matt's saying on Facebook this is one of his favorites. It's his favorite, and that's why we're streaming it. Thank you, Tony. It is one of the best of all time.
So good.
And that's why we've been streaming it all day today. So we're going from beginning to end. No New Game Plus, no Rainbow Sword, and you only get the Rainbow. Do you get the Rainbow Sword after you beat it, or you can beat it during it?
We're gonna get the Rainbow Sword.
We'll get the Rainbow Sword.
Yeah, the Rainbow Sword is part of the Rainbow Shot Quest. So we already got the Sunstone, which is half of the battle, and then we'll get the other part of it.
Ken might have a video of him doing it. Yeah, if you have it,
cool. Throw a link up.
Yeah, send it to me and I'll put it on NES Fans. I'd love to get that posted.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I gotta switch this conveyor belt.
Zestor's talking again. Reasoning, the best part, guiding this robot.
Oh, I hate this part.
Derek, yes, we love this game as well. Ken saying he's good at Twitch games, but I'm so bad at games like Smash Bros. Smash Bros can be tough.
I try to stick to RPGs. I do like platformers anymore, more than I ever thought I would. Strategy games are right up there with my favorite types of games. I've played a lot of StarCraft 2, not online. I love just the story mode; it's great. Valkyria Chronicles recently, games like that. I like a lot.
You don't like guiding the robot?
No, it's very annoying. I mean, we'll have to do it, but
You're gonna have to do it. I don't think you have a choice. Now, when do we go back and get those chests?
which ones?
The ones that were in the rooms, you know, the ones that were hidden by a force. Did you already get those?
Yeah, we did a long time ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm out of it.
Yeah, we did that before we went, and that's why Giga Guy was easy. When I said that's my least favorite boss when I was younger.
But you took it to him.
Yeah, I mean, we got stuff that absorbed fire and shadow, which made it real easy.
So what would everybody like to see streamed next time? You know, I'm going to throw that out there, even though we do it on NES fans and SNES fans and stuff, but what would people like to see streamed next time? You know, I do a lot of NES and Super Nintendo, but let's ask. Maybe get some ideas. Plant some seeds.
OT, baby.
Go Oregon.
Whatever. Don't particularly like either team.
But I like to see upset.
I guess so.
Mixes things up a little bit.
Yeah. So as you can tell, I'm listlessly running around because I don't know where to put the conveyor belt. So we're going to figure that out.
He's lost.
Here's where we find out that the robots are basically, I think, killing the humans.
These iOS games, Vainglory. Do you guys have ever played it? It doesn't sound familiar. There's no way for me to
Use your words.
Sorry, I was reading what he was saying. I don't think we stream any iOS games.
Chrono Cross would be a fun one, but it would be long, and I don't know if anybody in our group has the expertise to feel comfortable streaming Chrono Cross. I don't know if you feel differently, Nick. But
No, I'm not going to stream Chrono Cross. I mean,
well, that was said by Zestor.
I'd probably get my butt kicked on Chrono Cross. You know, I mean, today's been a challenge to even streaming this RPG, just because a lot of people get burnt out of it because it's an RPG. So how exciting can it be? But Spencer's been going through at a pretty quick rate, so we're moving forward a lot faster than normal.
Yeah, it's actually going a little quicker than I thought it was, so I'm pretty happy with that. You know, it would be actually a fun stream, Nick, and I don't know if the interest would be there, but I think it'd be really fun to get through Onimusha. I think it'd be a really fun stream, pretty quick game, a lot of action.
I've streamed Onimusha on PlayStation Fans.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I have. I streamed it just with the regular PlayStation disc, but I'd like to do it again. I did it through the Mac and through Facebook and had some lagging difficulties there. But I did through it, and you know what the funny thing is? I got to Fortinbras, I got to the very end, and I didn't save it for the longest time, and I knew I was going to beat him, but he ended up grabbing me and beating me. What are you looking for?
I was looking for my water, but
Ended up dying at the very end, never went back through it and played it.
on Onimusha?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I did it on stream. Turtles in Time, yeah, that's a fun one. Turtles in Time is great.
That is fun.
I do like Turtles in Time.
All those turtle games are fun.
They are. That's what he's saying. Ben's saying, I missed a good Meteoroid. Streamed the SNES Clock Tower.
There it is.
I don't think Clock Tower was for SNES. It was for PlayStation. I got a Clock Tower 1 and 2 for PlayStation. Was it ever made for SNES?
I don't remember it being, but
I don't know, Matt. I'm not too sure if it was.
I'm not going to tell he's wrong.
No, I might be wrong. Yeah, Onimusha is a fantastic series. Yeah, the first 3. There is a 4, and I think it's Dawn of Dreams.
It is correct.
I think it's called.
And I think it was quite a bit different.
It wasn't the best.
I never did play it.
I own it. It wasn't the best. 1 and 2 were the best. 3 was with Jean Reno.
Yeah, and the camera was different.
It was different.
It wasn't like the predetermined camera ever. Yeah, the 3's fun, but it just doesn't quite do the same thing as 2 and 1 do for. 1 has a nostalgia factor, and 2 is just a phenomenal game. It has, it has a really cool trade system to like try to figure out who your buddy's gonna be.
Right, and that directs you on your path and your story to who you're gonna play.
Right.
So
this is the robot that he was talking about, having to drag along.
to guide this guy.
Oh, and he's so annoying.
There is an Onimusha Tactics on the Jeep. Yeah, I actually own Onimusha Tactics for the Game Boy Advance, believe it or not. I do own it. I've only played it for probably about 10 minutes.
I was going to say you've never played it.
I played it for 10 minutes because it was a pawn shop pickup. It was a pawn shop pickup. The people are saying to stream Donkey Kong Dracula X. I don't own Dracula X, and I could probably get it on the Retro Pi. It's an expensive game to own.
You should just do the original Donkey Kong.
I would
over barrels.
I would struggle at it. Like, that game's hard. Donkey Kong's tough, to go through it. I mean, if you're trying to go for high score, but...
Contra 3 would be a fun stream, actually. I'm not real great at the Metal Slug games. Contra 3 on hard, I don't think I could get through.
Contra 3, the Alien Wars, is it?
Yep.
That's a tough game.
Oh boy.
That's tough. I mean, I seriously struggled to get through the first level. Really, that's a tough one.
It's not easy. I do find this funny that as a helmet you can wear Aussie pants.
Aussie pants?
You can wear his pants on your head.
Matthew was saying he has Clock Tower on the SNES. It was a bootleg copy of the original Clock Tower that wasn't released in USA.
Oh.
So, all right, that makes sense. So that's why I didn't know about it. But I know I have Clock Tower for the PlayStation. And like I said, I'd like to do some more PlayStation games. And I stream on the PlayStation fans page. And I was doing Rule of Rose, and I got ways through it, and then never picked it back up. Kirby's Dream Land 3. I've never played it.
No, I can't say I have. Ooh, I just saw a tab I missed.
It smells like somebody's cooking something outside.
Smells like red sauce everywhere.
Red sauce.
Oh, I realize I'm missing something, and I just don't know where.
He's missing something. Anybody give some advice? Ken?
Yeah, the TDM here, it just drives me absolutely crazy. I think there was one more of these things I'd unlocked, but I don't know where it's at.
What are you looking for?
I don't know.
Something.
The path forward.
If you've never played it, it's all the more reason. Yep, I've never played it.
What game is that?
Kirby.
Oh. Yeah, it'd be kind of a fun blind play because you could get through it. I mean, I don't think it's terribly difficult.
Jimmy Holiday. Jesus, Godspeed, guys. I'm assuming that you've been around here when we were playing it earlier. Right?
Yep. I would say that's true. I did figure out where to go though, so I'm real happy again.
Yeah, we're staying on top of it. How long will we go tonight? Not too sure. But just trying to make a good dent so tomorrow's not a full-on day.
Oh, it's not even going to be close to a full day tomorrow. We could actually stop right now and be probably only 3 hours left tomorrow.
Left to beat it.
But we're
feeling good. Got some people watching.
We're feeling good, and we're going to keep going. So that's our plan. So I did figure out where I need to go, which was actually much closer to this thing than I thought. And we'll grab the other. So now Robo's going to get in a fight with a girlfriend here shortly. So I'm going to make sure he's healed before I move to this next part. I think this takes me back to the entrance. Yeah, so I'm not going to do that.
Matt was saying that he has all the Clock Towers, and the Clock Tower 2 on the PS1 was awful. I own it, but I never played it. Now I played the first one. The first one was spooky. You know, it give you a good scare.
Yeah, I've never played them.
They're fun. I mean, it's kind of survival horror game.
I think the first like survival horror game I ever really watched and play, I didn't play it, was Deep.
All right, yeah. D, and that was your kind of adventure, you know, but kind of thriller, you know,
Yeah.
suspense. You know, I don't think there's a couple things that could kill.
Survival horror, but
Yeah, I guess there's some things that could kill you and cause you to restart the story, but it was a suspense.
yeah.
You know, who is this and who's this man and
You know what? An interesting game that I know you really like is Shadows of Destiny.
I love Shadows of Destiny.
Yeah, that's a cool little spooky almost, but yeah, really neat
It
game.
was dark. It was dark. Speaking of horror games, you guys remember the Suffering on the PS2? I don't know if I own the Suffering.
I don't think so.
Thinking of replaying that. Of course, I had Silent Hill 1. You know, I have a director's cut of Silent Hill 2 on this computer. That's a fantastic HD remade with all the mods. Now, there's a website that let me pull that up for you guys.
You know, a game that always spooked me was Insanitarium for the PC. You ever play that?
No, I haven't.
It was like a point and click kind of puzzle, but it was weird.
Where is it? Here it is. So, if you go, there's a website, you guys, that's the enhanced.townofsilenthill.com. And in there, in the website, tells you how to add, it gives you all the mods you can do for the director's cut for the PC to mod it up and get the graphics looking amazing, super stellar. And you can mess with the coding to change how much fog you want and whatnot. And you can hook it up to an Xbox 360 controller as well. And it's absolutely stunning if you guys have never seen the enhanced edition for Silent Hill 2. Now, that's a game I have on this PC, and I had to find the download of it. It was I found it for free, but people are trying to sell it for about a little over $100. And it's absolutely amazing. You can't download it there, but I recommend getting it. Cam's asking, where are the two streamers from? I'm assuming you're asking us. We live in Montana.
Mm-hmm. In the cold, snowy Montana.
Ed's saying, hope you're not married here. Because if so, he's...
I think he's saying you better not be married because you're going to be in trouble.
Right, I'm not understanding it. He's struggling there, yeah. And I'm not married yet, but I'm engaged. So.
And I'm blissfully single.
And he's blissfully single. But yeah, check out the enhanced version of Silent Hill 2. And if you can get a download of it, I highly recommend it. Just amazing. No, it's not part of Canada.
What a stupid petition.
Yep. Very much so.
But I don't know if everybody would mind.
Yeah, it would look a little bit weird on the map, so.
Yeah, I think we would gladly get rid of like Eastern Montana and give it to
Give that one to Canada?
Yeah. Also known as West Dakota.
The West Dakotas.
Please don't kill me. Please don't.
So what mission did we just beat there?
We actually haven't beat it yet, but Robo, one of his old Robo buddies, maybe a love interest, she was like programmed to, I believe, kill him.
Okay.
But we beat her up, and then she realized what was going on, and then gave us a ribbon, which gives him a speed boost. And then we are going to finish here with this guy. But the key here is we want to kill 2 of these monitors, but not the third, because shit goes haywire if you hit the third. So we're just going to hit 2 of the monitors and attack the main boss here, and try to stay alive.
You love your guns down there. It was saying Montana's not part of Canada yet because there's too many guns. But there's a person from Canada that says I have over 20 guns in my house, so it doesn't make much sense.
I have 0.
So I have 2.
See, to each
I
their
have
own.
2.
To each their own.
Yeah. I have more fishing poles than I do guns.
I have 0 of those 2.
No shame in that. No shame in that.
I have a lot of golf clubs, though.
You have a lot of golf clubs. That probably cost as much as a gun. There you go.
It's kind of fun to check out what Robo's combo moves are right now, because we aren't going to use them again after this, so it's just kind of fun to play around with what
Edward says, I don't need guns, I have a wife.
Care to comment, Nick?
No, I don't. I don't. An assault wife.
That's pretty good.
That is funny. You funny guy. You funny guy.
We don't let Nick do accents for that reason.
Atari fans. There's some guy on here that is on the other page. It's 287.
I must not have ever used this party, because I don't remember Lifeline being a triple attack.
Assault wife. That's funny. How far are you into the game? Edward wants to know.
Oh, we're about 10.5 hours in of playtime. I think, based on where we're at right now and what we have left to do, I would be very surprised if we're not done before 14 hours total. So I'd say we're about 3/4 of the way through, if I had to guess. Pretty conservatively, honestly. We're basically through the whole entire main story. We're in the part of the video game a lot of RPGs have, where there's just a lot of side quests to do before you go to tackle the final dungeon or boss. And we could already go and fight through the Black Omen, the last battle place, but we've decided to do all these side quests first. So we just completed our 3rd side quest out of 7, and pretty soon here I'm going to pass the reins off to Nick momentarily, because I need to use the restroom.
There you go.
So the next thing, what do we want to do?
Oh, there we go.
Let's go to... Yeah, let's go try to fix this, the castle. So, yeah, we're actually right in this right spot already. We need to find soda. So there's 2 things we're going to kind of work on right now. We're going to get Tama's soda pop, And we are also going to...
What does the soda pop do for us?
The soda pop we spill on his grave, and then he tells us about the rainbow shell. So,
what are you playing this on? Real SNES. Tree wants to know. Ken, yes. Well, we're playing on the Super NT. Yeah, I think that's what it's called, the Super NT.
I think that's right. I think it says on it, doesn't it?
The Analogue Super NT.
So we just got Toma soda that we're going to go pour in his grave here in the future. And we're going to go clear out some monsters. Actually, we don't want to do that yet. So we're going to grab some tools and pour some soda on this grave for 2 separate side quests. But once I'm going to get you to a spot and explain what you need to do.
Okay.
And then you go ahead and do it.
Giving me chills, he's saying.
So we got to go to the bar and go talk to this carpenter guy, and this is funny. So he has to be told that they think he's had enough sugar, enough soda. It was like a PG game, so they won't say beer.
Ken's saying he'd use more scan lines, but that's just him.
What?
You can put scan lines on these consoles, and you can make it look like a CRT screen.
Hey, Nestor, thanks for that. I'm not sure if we'll finish today or tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow. But yeah, I appreciate that.
I don't know if I like the scan lines. I've tried it without it, without it. I don't know if I'm a fan of it. That's a fun shot.
Yeah, so we just threw soda on somebody's grave. So stupid. So, this cave isn't open until we do this, and so we now can find out
Go
where...
through there?
Yep. Find out where to go.
Ooh.
It's back.
You hearing it?
Yeah. We had some weird audio quality on our end. I don't think it affects your guys' end at all. But it's like the 3rd time this has flared up today, and the first time we actually ended up with a black screen somehow.
Right.
So, anywho.
Yeah, that's acting up again, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's just parts of the game.
I'm not sure. So, so we got those tools, and so we're gonna go and tell him that we are gonna lend the tools to him. He's gonna go to his home, and then we can kind of send him to work. So he's gonna go fix the runes and take his guys there. So what I'm gonna have you do, Nick,
Okay.
is you're gonna go to and from his house right here.
All right.
Which is the bottom house here, up to the runes, and then you're gonna go clear out all the monsters
In this house here?
in the ruins. So go downstairs, clear out all the monsters. See if you can go upstairs. I don't think you can yet.
Okay.
And just clear out, kill everything.
Yeah, and Matt, it's going to sound fine on your end, but it's getting a little buggy on ours.
Luminaire is gonna be your friend. Oh no, it might not be your friend. I don't know. Anyway, so just kill all the monsters and then go back to that house and talk to him again and repeat that
The
process.
cafe?
No, his house.
Okay.
So at the very south, that house I pointed to. Yep. As soon as you're cleared out. then
Who has Lumiere again?
Chrono does, but I'm not sure if it works on Nintendo. I'm sure you have to play around.
Only takes 5 hit points or 5 MP.
Yeah, because the gold stuff is...
Gotcha. Hey, Ed. Oh. I don't know if that's going to work. Ryan saying the first time he did it, he killed Magus. All it said was avenge, total mistake. Thanks, Eddie, for jumping in here. We do appreciate it here. This has been a full playthrough of Chrono Trigger that we've been going through today. We started around 10:30 in the morning today, so it's been a long day, but we're super stoked to be doing this for everybody here. We're excited to be streaming Chrono Trigger. Total mistake. Right, I remember first time Chrono Trigger killed me. Yeah, just letting us know. Yeah, I'm glad it sounds good on your guys' end, but we're having a little audio issue here. Oh, I can't use that there. I have no mind points left. Well, I'm glad you love the game too. We love it as well. Wish I could have been there so I could take notes. I'm getting my ass kicked here. But see, I haven't been playing this game at all, so I'm not used to it. Come play this. Yeah, because I don't know what's going on. So, do it. I don't have any MP. I was just letting you do it. He gives me the game, the controller, and says, here, at the very end, play this. I'm not used to it. Yeah, it did, and then they attack you. They hit you with an automatic attack. I was making him do it there. I was struggling.
Sound is terrible, though.
Yeah, maybe it'll go away.
It did last time.
It did. It just kind of worked itself out. It's committing suicide. Yeah, I don't know what's going on and why it's doing that. I wonder if it's just the stream of what's going on. And hear that was like really coming through.
Probably sounds better than whatever's going to turn out.
That's very true.
I got what
going on here. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Ed. We really do.
Take this off for a bit.
Yeah, take him up. Hang him up. Yeah, trying to figure out this audio issue here. Ed's saying, can you help me after your stream with the game a little, please? He's stuck on the Golem twins. It's a little challenging.
Oh. Yeah.
Maybe give him some advice. Ed, listen up, Ed.
I can give you some great advice, Ed. If you have some ruby vests from back when you went to Antiquity and traded in for a couple of ruby vests, do you have that? I was mentioning how much I hated the Golem twins when I first played this game, so if you can answer that, I can help you out. If you have 2 or 3, you should be okay. If you have 3, it'd be ideal. Anyway, the way they function is the last person that attacks them is who they get their element from or their type of attack. So what you do is you build up attacks so that everybody has the active time battle full, and then you go ahead to each person and use their strongest attack that you have available, preferably if they can attack everybody. And then to finish, so make sure your third person that goes is Luca, and then she casts Fire 2. And what that will do is it will force the Golem twins to use a fire attack on you. And since you have the ruby vests on, it will negate a lot of their ability to hurt you, and it makes them significantly easier. So every time, just wait till everybody's full, attack with the other 2 people, then Luca immediately, and you should be good to go. If that doesn't make sense, feel free, and I'll give you a little bit more detail on that. The other thing you can do is, if you have Robo and Ayla, I believe they have a technique that puts everybody to sleep. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a dual technique that Robo and Ayla have. It's like some sort of dance, and that has always been helpful to take them both to sleep, and then you just focus on one, and then do that every time that one of them wakes up. So those are my 2 recommendations. The way with Luca is significantly easier if you understand and have the equipment you need.
Can turn some of that audio down.
Yeah, that's much better.
And hopefully it clears itself up.
And Eddie, let me know if that made any sense to you.
Yeah, it's just bizarre.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't like it.
So we're gonna sub Frog in quickly. And we're gonna power up the Mass Immune.
He's saying it all helps, so that's good.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you have any other questions for me, like I said, if you can get that fire resistant equipment on, and just make sure Luca, you wait for all of your active time to go together, attack with Chrono, attack with your other guy, and then finish with Luca with the Fire 3 or Fire 2. The Golem Twins go down pretty quickly that way. And then other than that, you can use that time to heal too. You don't have to continue attacking, because they'll keep that fire element as long as nobody else attacks. So you can use everybody else to heal your party members, and then continue having Luca use that attack. And it's one of their weaker attacks is their fire attack. So if they get the physical attack or lightning attack going, they're very, very difficult. But that fire attack is pretty weak, and the fire absorbent helps a lot.
Ed's wondering what's going down right now.
Right now, so we're powering up the Mass Immune. We're basically visiting the grave of our old friend, or Frog's old friend, and kind of mentor, Cyrus, and he was able to power up the Mass Immune to its full capacity. And so that could be the end of this side quest. But there is a little bit more upstairs and some good items that we're still going to go for, so that is what we're doing. But that is why we had to put Frog in the party. We're going to take him right back out. Yeah, Eddie, I love this game too. It's definitely my favorite.
Yep, it's his favorite. TV going on too.
Yeah, a little basketball.
It's not bad. It's like at home, right? Except you have 4 monitors, 2 TVs. That's what this is looking like here. Yeah, it looks good.
So once again, we can have these guys help repair this. I think it's the last time we have to have it done. But
Cyrus's grave.
And so, yeah, so those black boxes that we've had earlier in the game, if you remember right, that are pen unseals, we're going to do the same thing with some boxes up here right now. And gets, I think, maybe Marley's best bow of the game, or one of her best bows. Pretty good piece of equipment, and I don't remember what else, but I don't think I'm supposed to take that, but that's fine.
Ed had this on the DS once. I think it's great on the DS.
Yeah, I've actually talked about the DS a lot. The DS has an additional dungeon, and it has the cutscenes from the PlayStation disc. So really, really cool to just see those cutscenes. And also the map auto-generates as you go through the different places, so that's really cool. It's easier to see where you're going, and the menus are on the second screen, so they're always out of the way. So like I can block some of the people up top with the menus. That never happens in the DS version because they're on the second screen. So yeah, the DS version is awesome.
Right. You get a little more space to work with.
Yep.
A little more real estate.
Yep. I hope this audio comes back.
Yeah, me too. I don't know why it's doing it, but it's done it for a while, and then it's cleaned itself up a little bit.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't blacken their screen again, we're okay.
Oh, we appreciate everybody who's coming out for this. This chat is pumping. I'm gonna see if I can refresh this again to get it fixed. I don't know if that's gonna help.
Glad you're enjoying the chat, Eric. But not many people commenting too much, but it's okay.
God, this is frustrating.
We're doing great here.
We also have it on.
We're glad you're here. But we're having some audio issues, just trying to clear up.
So we're putting it through Restream as well, so we can put it on two sites at once. So I don't know if that's doing it and causing some issues.
It might, but it's weird that you'd think it would just always do it. So as we've kind of discussed on these boxes, if we're in the 600 AD area, we want to just look at it or just react our pen into the box. And then leave it alone, and then move forward in time and grab a more powered up item. So that's what we're doing now. So we're running out of here. I think that's it. So we're all fixed up.
Well, that's neat.
Mike Claire and Chapman.
I was just checking it out. I haven't tried it yet.
That worked.
I guess it did.
Maybe you should try something else, like clean up the audio.
Or right, I'm trying to.
Just kidding. Nothing you can do. Anyway, so I'm going to get those items. Like I said, there's a good bow for Marley and a couple other items that I think will help. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm trying to here, Eddie. I was trying to clear the chat because what I'm doing here is I'm trying to refresh this because we're having some audio issues. This has been kind of happening all day. And so it seemed to be a little bit better when I had a little bit less going on. But we don't know yet. Let's see here. Didn't have the DS version. A little bit of extras too. Dude spent like $40 on the card for the DS. It was great for the DS. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I really like the DS. I mean, there wasn't a ton of extra content, but I love this game so much anyway that I just think it's kind of worth it at that price point. And it's so expensive for the cart anyway. So.
All right, for the SNES, and that's where we're playing it on. Is the Super Nintendo. Right? Getting to be about that time.
Yeah, I think we're doing good. So we cleared our 4th quest here just now, which is awesome. We have powered up the Mass Immune. Now it's time to... Actually, let's go take care of Fiona.
Ed was saying he has it on his PSP. I think you loaded it on my PSP for me. Chrono Trigger.
Yeah,
years ago.
That sounds reasonable. So we're gonna go to our destroyed village and talk to some girl with a seed and have her try to regrow that seed. It's right in here where we need to go. Yeah, right here. So Planet with Hope, and then we can take care of Fiona's side quest. And we're going to need Robo for this next section. Again. So we'll kind of take care of 2 side quests at once. Actually, we can clear it without Robo, and then after we're going to need him.
So what modded systems do you have then, Matt? PSP makes it retro on the go.
I like it. Love it.
Retro on the go. That's fun.
So this isn't necessarily a place that we're trying to get a lot of experience from. We're just trying to kill the main boss here. So I'm not going to try to fight everybody here. What I'm going to do is just try to get through it quickly as possible and move on to the second part of this quest. It's a pretty neat quest overall. We're trying to revitalize a dead forest, basically. And Fiona is kind of our hero here. And
Robo becomes a tractor, right?
Robo becomes a tractor.
That's what Matt's saying.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's what I said. So Robo has 3 pretty tough scenes over the course of this game. The first one is when he gets the shit beat out of him by his 6 robot buddies, which we have to take down shortly after.
I think our audio cleared up.
Yeah, it's better again.
That's weird.
But just keep it down just a touch.
Yeah, I was just turning it up just to make sure wasn't crazy.
I think as soon as we don't ignore it, or as soon as we start ignoring it, it clears up. Anyway, so yeah, Robo gets beat up by his cohorts, and then his kind of girlfriend or whatever seems to be hating on him, and then he has this where you have to leave him for 400 years so he can revitalize a forest.
Just let him do his thing, huh?
Just let him do his thing. So we're going to heal up. This, I don't think this is a tricky battle, but I've been wrong before, so. If I remember right, we need to use some water to lower the defense here.
It's talking about the Xbox One S. Yeah, I'd be careful about modding systems like that, like newer, current gen systems, just for the simple fact is that was an awesome shot. See that? Look at that.
Sure. Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was pretty clever. Because you don't want to get banned off any sites, Like if you modded your PS4 up, to get trophies and stuff. They caught on to you, they'd probably ban you from that. That's a lot of games, Ryan. His Samsung 9S, or his Samsung 9 has every console ever made emulated, including 30,000 arcade ROMs. That's a lot. What's your battery life like?
What is that on his Xbox?
On his Samsung 9.
What kind of memory card you got on that?
Yeah, right. Oh.
And do you connect it to a TV, or you play it directly from the phone with just a... Probably be both, huh?
Yeah, if it'll let you. I mean, I don't think I can stream stuff from my phone unless I use to jailbreak it. 24 gig just on the main.
I've always struggled with emulating arcade games. I know there's some systems out there, and I've just never really put the time in to do it. But yeah, it's just never been a thing I've been able to accomplish very well.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors. That's fun of that. Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
I love that game.
Ryan says his battery's terrible for his phone. I can imagine playing that many games.
Yeah, for sure.
You know. But yeah, Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I forgot how fun that one was too.
Who said Quest 64? Quest 64 is terrible.
But that's your opinion. Mystic Quest. Quest 64. Okay.
Yeah, no, Quest 64. No.
I like Elder Scrolls Online.
I've played through it a couple times, but I did not like that game at all. I beat it, but... this battle's a little frustrating because you need Marley to soften up this guy, but at the same time, she's also a healer, so it's just a little irritating. Oblivion's awesome. Skyrim was awesome. I never really got into into Morrowind. I don't know what Subnautica is. Do you?
I don't. You know, I don't play Morrowind or Oblivion or Skyrim or anything like that. I know Josh played a lot of it.
He played Skyrim. He didn't really like Oblivion much, but I played a ton of Oblivion.
It lasts longer with the memory card, probably because you're reading stuff off the memory card, and you're not reading it from your solid state. But still has to process it though.
You think so? I feel like it could be a lot more efficient with what I'm doing here, but
That's all right.
I got the bottom done, so that's good.
Quest 64 is okay. Eddie likes the Metal Gear Solid series. I like them too.
That's a series I never... I understand their merit, but I've never been into.
What's that?
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear
I
Solid.
mean, I've watched you guys play it, but I'm so bad at it, I think is the problem.
They got bad. They got bad.
Well, I thought, like Sons of the Patriots was like one of the...
Oh, yeah, that was definitely...
Like 4 was excellent, right? Was 5 bad?
3 Snake Eater, 4 was, yeah, Sons of the Patriots.
That was like
By far the best they've made.
pretty excellent game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember getting that. I had the Metal Gear Solid PS3 version, so I got the fat PS3. It's in my office. And the best part about it was it could play all the games. It was all backwards compatible. I mean, Josh ran his so long that it melted it.
Yeah.
Remember this? He had to take it apart and fixed it and got it working. But I don't know if he backed everything up in that time.
I mean, you still can't play on it, though, once it's broken, right? You can't make it backwards compatible after it's broken. You can get your save files, what you're saying.
Well, he ran so much Netflix through it that he ended up just overheating it. So, I mean, that was one that had issues with the power on it.
Filament.
It got too hot.
Yeah.
I do like the Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, 4 was dynamite. Snake Eater was fun. And they're remaking that.
Are they?
What I've heard. Yeah, and maybe they already made it. Not too sure.
Yeah, again, that's just not a series I was ever really that into.
I did the new one for the PS4, and they're all right.
even mentioned it. It's one of like those series that everybody talks about that I've not been into is the Uncharted series.
You know, I've never played them.
Oh, really?
I've never played them.
Yeah, I played the first one, and there are a couple jumps that made me fall, and I'd get so mad I couldn't go back to it.
Eddie's asking Metal Gear Solid 1, and that was fun. And you know, the fun thing about Metal Gear Solid 1, Ed, is when I first played it, I actually was, I got a demo from Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut had the demo, and when you ordered a pizza, you got the collector's little disc with it. You could play the first whatever, first little part of the game, and I remember playing it over and over and over again and loving it so much that when I was in, I think it was in high school, I'd look at my mom and I said, we gotta go to Butte so you can buy this game for me.
Right, yeah.
It never happened. I got it later, but yeah.
So we killed the guy that was making the forest die over and over. So now we should be able to start rebuilding this forest, but it's gonna take some work.
Some little elbow grease.
Yeah. And in the meantime, we're also gonna save Luca's mother.
Ryan's saying he's been finishing off some crazy retro games like Phantasy Star, Wonder Boy 2 and 3 for the Master System, Final Fantasy 2 and 3, Secret of Mana, Spellcaster, Go 88 RPGs. Good for you. Fantasy Star.
Never played the Phantasy Star much.
I played it on Sega. Yeah, it's on Sega. I think Lloyd had a copy of it.
Yeah, just never was really on my radar, and I think, that's the interesting thing about some of those old RPGs is if you had the nostalgia for it, like, it's easy to go back and play, but, like, Final Fantasy 1 is a tough play if you've never played it and appreciated it for what it was at the time. Like, it's not that fun to go back and play if you don't have the nostalgia for it.
Right, and you're absolutely right. If you don't have the nostalgia for the game, then you might not actually go back and play it. Yeah, NES, Final Fantasy for the NES was brutal. Phantasy Star 4, Eddie's asking. I remember they made a Final Phantasy Star for the game, for the PS2. I think it was online. Maybe they did it for the GameCube as well. I don't remember.
So there's Tractor Robo.
Tractor Robo's doing his thing.
Mm-hmm. And so we're going to fast forward 400 years and see if we have a forest.
That's fun.
And lo and behold.
And we have a forest.
We have a forest and a cathedral right in the middle. Or a shrine. But what's more like a cathedral to me?
And they're honoring him. Of course they are. Sega Master System, total hard grind. I picked up I was over in Oregon a while back, and I ended up going through a pawn shop, and I found... What game did I find? Something... I can't think of what it was called. Something Boy or something.
Was it Wonder Boy?
Yeah, it was. I think it was Wonder Boy. But I think it was Wonder Boy 1.
Also,
yeah, Wonder Boy.
Also a great Tenacious D song.
Wonder Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And I found it in the box and everything. I don't know if it's worth anything. Tenacious D. Yeah, I never played that, Eddie. I don't know what's going on with that audio, but
It's back.
it's back. I remember this. So I've seen people make these dioramas, these cutouts, and they have these layers of this scene specifically. Ever seen those? They're really neat. They're really neat.
So we're camping out in our new forest. Magus is being weird, just standing on a tree.
Right?
But
Yes, cool. Cool.
Luca wakes up, and she's going to go to this gate.
She's going to do what she does. Eddie's saying he has a game to stream, but I'm wondering what the game was. The original Wonder Boy was so different to 2 to 3, and that's when I have it, but I don't have an SMS. I don't have a Sega Master System, so it's just in my collection. Dragon Ball Z: The Legacy of Goku 2 for Game Boy Advance. I've never played it. I don't own it. Is it difficult? Is it easy? What makes it fun to stream, I guess?
So the password there is Lara, which is your mother's name.
Okay.
So we save her, and you can actually not save her. So
Agreed. The classic camp scene.
yep, Luca already fixed her mom. Ro was waiting for her.
Luca gonna fix her mom. Yep.
There's the green dream.
And that's what they were saying about the glitch with
Yeah, Lavos.
Lavos. Did you see the glitch about equipping stuff and wearing armor?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
paying attention, but again, I'm not a glitcher. I don't like glitching. Purist.
Purist. That's why we're playing the cartridge. Yeah, send a video about the game later. That's the black. That's the end of the game, isn't it?
Mhm.
I thought so.
Yep. So now I think we're on our final sub-quest.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And basically all we... and this one's a little bit long, so this is probably going to be the last thing we do today.
Sure. That's fine. Yeah, it's 1 in the morning here for us.
Yep, so...
And
yeah.
even though we got some people watching, it's time to we'll call it a night then after this and get a good rest. It's 1 in the morning. I mean, this will last till at least probably another half an hour.
Yeah, I probably... I mean, I could power through and get through the game tonight, but I don't think anybody wants that, so...
Nope. So wake up and have a fresh start, and people will see it later.
Yep, and Nick knows I'll probably be crabby if I try to do that, so...
Yep. And if he dies, it's going to be even crabbier.
Yeah, I'll wake up your fiance.
Yep. You don't want to wake her up. The monster. Say North Carolina's going down to number 2 seed.
Is that what they said?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they're
Yeah,
projected.
doesn't surprise me. Like I said, I thought Virginia would stay as the number 1 seed.
But they got beat out last year fast.
Yeah, the first round.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Stupid.
I was very angry. I like them. Okay, so we are going to sub in our main party, which is Luca, Marley, and Chrono. Can you hear that music? Means we're back with dealing with the Tyrannos. And you can see looks like the Tyranno there that we went to 65 million years ago. Fortunately, we do have Luminaire, and the Tyrannos really hate lightning, so a lot of these battles aren't too bad. Just kind of spam Luminaire and keep it moving. Some fun music.
Derek said he just got a SNES Mini for his kids. I put this game on it for me. Good for you.
Nice.
Good for you.
Yeah. You know when the kids can play when you don't want to.
Yep. Yeah. That's when I want to play. That's excellent.
What's up?
No, it's just that he put this game on it.
That's great, yeah. That's awesome. I honestly think on this playthrough, it's the first time I realized how useless Marley really is. She's terrible.
So why'd you pick her?
thought she'd be better, and I liked some of the storyline with her.
So who would you replace with her?
I probably would probably take. It's a good question. Probably Robo, Luca, and Chrono are probably a pretty good party. They are three different. They can cast three different kinds of magic.
And Chrono's lightning, Luca's fire, Robo's
can do some dark magic.
Dark magic.
Magus is probably a pretty good choice at this point in the game. I just don't particularly care for him. You won't have much healing if you did that. Frog's also a pretty good healer, I would say. Frog might be the better choice. Might be Frog, Luca.
Frog.
Yeah.
Everybody likes Frog, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But, I mean, Marley's fine, but just could be better. And also, I hate confusion in this game. And they do it a lot in this endgame area.
Confusion?
Just slows it down. It's really not menacing as far as unless you really need a heal and your healer gets but even then you have some good items to do that stuff, but it's just annoying.
So Derek, modded his SNES Classic. Of course, obviously, right? Because Chrono Trigger wasn't on the SNES Classic, was it? No. Good for you.
Final Fantasy VI was, I believe.
Yeah, that was. Secret of Mana was, I think, wasn't it?
I think you're right.
Because you got two controllers, so it was a two-player game. You kind of have to do that, if you're going to put two. What's the best part about it is they actually included two controllers as opposed to the NES Classic, where you got a cable this long, literally like this long. And how do you expect to play that? You got to sit right in front of the TV.
Jump down this pit here.
This is the cat. Bye-bye, kitty. Look at these guys. These get creepy. You know what this skull looks like? So I had a He-Man set, a Masters of the Universe set, and it looked like it had a skull like that, and you put slime in it, and his claw came up, and then you'd drop the slime down in the skull of this thing. It was like this. It was a claw that pinned your He-Man up against it, and then the ooze would come off his mouth.
That is a very specific
Derek,
reference.
my mom was a big RPG player, so I grew up on it. That's awesome. That's cool. Have your mom be an RPG player.
Yeah.
So, Mom, what are you playing? Oh, Chrono Trigger. That's far out.
Yeah, my mom can't turn on a computer, so.
Oh, no. My mom has email just because of me. So.
And doesn't know how to check it.
Nope. I have no damn clue what the shit to do. So. Yep.
I am glad we're wrapping up soon because my back seems stiff.
Killing.
I mean, it's fine, but it does get stiff.
Been a long day.
Yeah.
I'll be able to wrap this up tomorrow.
Pretty early, too.
Yeah, that'll be early. Hey, Josh, thanks for liking the game. We appreciate it. Yeah, it's been an all-day event playing this.
Yeah, I started about 10:30 Mountain Time, taking about a 20-minute break, and then about an hour and a half break. And other than that, we've been playing straight through. It's now 1:15 Mountain Time, so
Yeah.
you guys can do the math. Our playtime, next save point, I'll show everybody where we're at on playtime, but I think we're a little over 11 hours now, which I think we're making really good time. I think we will finish with all of the side quests completed by about 14 hours, including the ending, I'd say. So,
That's faster than what we were thinking.
yeah, I was thinking about 16 to 18, so if I can get done in about 14, I'm pretty happy. I've definitely made some mistakes. Could have done it quite a bit faster in certain areas, but overall, I think it was pretty efficient.
What I'll end up doing is then probably editing this and putting it up on Facebook, on the page.
Editing the parts.
Yeah, well, I'll just edit it so I couldn't cut out the technical difficulties and the lag and whatnot.
Gotcha.
Final Fantasy was their thing. Kids would come by and ask questions. That's fun. I had people that hung out with me only because I was the first to beat Xenogears and they wanted my help to beat the game. There's nothing wrong with that. So you had friends because of video games.
I was only friends with Nick because he had all the video games.
Dick.
You know, it'd be hilarious to try to stream is going through the challenges on Perfect Dark.
Oh my goodness. Right on the 64, I have to get that mod installed.
Yeah. Be hilarious.
Wow, that actually gives me a really good idea. I want to get it done and try it.
The game was so awesome.
Yeah, Perfect Dark was great. I like Perfect Dark more than GoldenEye.
Way more. I mean, GoldenEye advanced the genre so much, but Perfect Dark like perfected it on a 64-bit console. It was amazing.
The first-person shooters.
Yeah, it was just incredible. And they ruined it all with that stupid one on the 360.
Yeah, the 360 one wasn't as good.
I know it was terrible. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. It didn't have the super strafe, you know. I mean, good catch. You could strafe it with the 64, you know. You'd hit the directional key and you could go just a little bit faster.
Man, it's just the guns weren't as fun. Yeah, it just wasn't a good game.
You know what I like about this game too is you can see the monsters you're going to get in a fight with. You know, it's random battle, but it isn't.
Yeah, no, for the most part it is. No, they're all predetermined areas. And that's what I said. You don't have to grind on this game because this game did a really good job at pacing the experience so that you can get through the game without having to stop and grind. You don't really ever have to do that in this game, which I love. As you notice, like there hasn't been one single part that I have.
And it's seamless transition into the fight scenes. You know, it doesn't flash and then go dark and then... You know, that can get really old sometimes.
Well, and, you know, you're not running around, well, you're running around Sprite, but you're not running around dungeons on Sprite and then going into a separate battle scene or anything.
It's like your own Nintendo Power then, Josh.
Give them almost the Nintendo Power.
Yeah, that's why this game is good. What level are you guys?
40.
All right. What's the highest you get?
That I will get?
No, how can you get 99?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty
That's a long grind, though.
No, thanks.
There's no need to.
No, none at all. And you get those levels when you're doing New Game Pluses and going through and getting all the different endings. You need to be a really high level to beat Lavos in the Ocean Palace because that's a ridiculously he's ridiculously
tough fight
at that point. Yeah, I think it's tough.
99. Yes, that's the 99. But that's again New Game Plus.
Well, you could do it on your first game through, but I just can't imagine.
Why?
Fun to try to do it. Yeah.
Why do it?
It sounds miserable.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun. I mean, that's like trying to get. I think for Final Fantasy 1, the highest level was level 50 actually for the NES. That's just a tough grind to get there. It was level 50. I don't think it was 99. And then when it came out for the Game Boy Advance, you know, Dawn of Souls, then they made it to 99.
Yeah, it was really easy to level up now, wasn't it? Like,
oh yeah, it was ridiculously.
Yeah, it
easy.
really nuked the game. Nerfed the game.
Nuked it, nerfed it. Yeah, they revamped it up, and it was easier to level. I could never ever fight the Warmech on Warmech's bridge. It was always frustrating. And that was after a while. That was the best thing to do to get experience in the NES version. You could just get that high level. You get 32,000 experience points. You know, you get 8,000 per person. It's close to get a level up each time. Derek's saying his mom was a grinder.
Yeah.
Hey.
If I don't have to, I don't grind much. I'm not gonna lie, this is not a dungeon I'm really great with, knowing where I'm going, but it's pretty straightforward. You know, you kind of end up going the way you're supposed to go. I might miss some items, but I don't know if them are too important.
That's what little brothers are good for, right? Grinding. Give them to say, here, you want to play this game? Grind for me, but I'll play the main story.
Yeah, and younger cousins that you would make me play and grind and get shit for you while you guys went out and got drunk.
Yell at Josh. It wasn't me.
It wasn't not you.
Yeah, I know. I was part of it.
Black Tyranno.
You not fight him?
Yeah, you do. I'm not fighting him, but...
There we go. Just sneak right past him. Scary dactyl.
Yeah, he ain't happy.
Pissed.
See how intimate it is.
Yeah, the music for this game is great. It's pretty epic.
Ooh, that was mean. Damn.
What'd that do?
400 damage.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I want to see how this Delta Force does against him. I think we're probably better off using Luminaire and Antipode 3, but we'll see how this goes.
Nah, that's fine, Josh. You can mute us. That's all right.
That's poor.
Play your game. Well, it's just so he can play his game.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, she probably knew what she was doing then, Derek. She was playing RPGs.
What is Josh playing?
Yeah, what are you playing, Josh? I didn't ask. What's the countdown?
Till his big mean attack. And it's a mean attack.
Tough attack.
Yep. It hurts a lot.
It hurts my feelings just by trace off. That's what he's gonna do. That's at 3,400.
Yeah. Antipode 3 is killing it. I'm glad that nobody saw what happened there.
Scratching my foot.
Let's attack first. This is a cool looking spell. I really like that Antipode 3 spell.
It's working them too.
It really is, but I did lose all of my MP Luca, so now she can't cast out for now. I have to throw it out on her.
I'll get some life back on that.
Yeah, it's a fire attack. It's not. This guy's not a difficult battle. It does look quite a bit of it.
Got him.
There he is. Right as soon as I use that ether that I didn't need, of course.
Nah, that's all right. You never knew that, though. The Rust Tyranno? Tyranno, right? Yeah.
Rust Tyranno. And we're going to go find the rainbow shell.
And how many items do you need for the Rainbow Sword again? 2. Is this 2 of 2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got Sunstone real early in this side quest list, and when we beat the Son of Sun, and then remember went through time to
Who do you have to get to carry it?
the Castle Guards.
Excellent.
Which is nice. It does kind of fast forward us there.
That's good.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger does a good job of not making you backtrack too much.
Yeah, I don't want to backtrack. It gets old.
Backtracking annoying. I mean, you do have to go through a few areas a lot, but it's all right.
Yay! And who do you take the rainbow shell to?
It won't be anywhere.
It just does it. I don't remember.
Oh well, I mean, they're bringing you back to the castle, and so we're going to move forward 400 years, so it's at the castle where we need it to be. But not all is what it seems right now. Use another shelter. Let's take a save point. Save 69.
All right.
Summer child. So there's a trial going on. So we're gonna figure out. I think it's over here actually.
Who's on trial?
You'll find out.
I forget.
Pretty interesting here.
You got a hyper ether.
Yep, good item. That was lost. Don't know why.
Ooh,
Yeah, she just throws a fit.
just scream.
So, the king's on trial.
Selling the shell.
Yeah,
Dirty bastard.
but did he? Does he even know the shell exists?
What kind of sorcery is this? Trickery.
Is the Chancellor just trying to get him fired so he can take over? Is this a Jafar and Aladdin type thing? It's a Disney movie, Nick.
No, I know. You know who's good at Aladdin for the Super Nintendo?
Not me.
Tearing.
Ooh, really?
Can tear that game down. Down.
It's a fun game, though.
Super good at it.
It's actually, yeah, there were some good Disney games that came out. What we find out is that we need to go figure out what the hell happened to this rainbow sword, or the rainbow shell. And oddly enough, there's this new stairwell that was never in the castle before.
Just appeared.
It's appeared. So that must have made a little storage area for us when we got them to grab the shell.
Matthew's saying some stuff there. Monster Yaris. Bump, bump.
Yeah, these are the easy mons. Well, they're easy now. They're early in the game when Queen Leanne was kidnapped. They're the same monsters in that first dungeon, so there's a little bit of a through line there. Interesting enough. The Nugget.
Nugget.
Yeah, these are all pretty easy enemies right now. See, this is what I'm talking about. When it doesn't change the music for battles, I think it lulls the game a little bit. I really prefer
Feels like it slows it down.
separate battle. Yeah, yeah, and it's not even that it slows down. I just think it can get like a little boring. Nothing jolts you back in. Luckily, this is short, but the earlier time when I was pointing it out to you in Magnus's Castle, I think it's a really tough sell at times. For me, I would have preferred to have some sort of, even like a
just
different
lull.
battle.
Just a lull.
I think it's the last battle, so it's not a big deal. But there it is. She do CrossFit with that high jump she does.
Yeah, I'd pull a muscle.
Prism shard. So similar to the earlier part of the game when
Right, on trial.
we're on trial, they're doing the same type thing.
Josh is playing Call of Duty with some friends. I'm not judging.
Oh, nice.
Do what you want.
It's your life. Ruin it however you want. I originally thought you meant our Josh, and I was like, Josh is not playing Call of Duty, I'll tell you that.
No, absolutely not. I mean, he's in bed. He gets up early. Derek just got done grinding some Call of Duty. You know, he's just drinking and watching this.
Yeah.
All right, he was drinking and playing this earlier, so.
I was. I don't even think I finished my 6-pack.
You got one left?
I do.
There you go.
I'm not having it. Too late now.
Too late now.
So they won't let us in, so we have to find a new way in. And Marley has a perfect idea. She's like an angel.
Kind of is like an angel, right?
Look at that jump.
I just broke all that stained glass, and you have to pay for that.
He jumped over that big chair. She's amazing.
Kazler says there's only one way: murder the guards.
So it's time to fight this guy again. Chaos. Check the antipode and luminaire combination again and see if that's if that will work on
Yakra 13.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, this is a pretty good set of spell cards.
Is he just puking on you?
Something like that. Oh, Lucas says stuff.
No. Yeah, Matt always liked her dramatic entrance sequence.
Yeah, it's great.
Drew. What the hell's that mean?
He's gonna jump his fat ass on the ground and
Smooth.
shake your shit up. Yeah, that's exactly what it reminded me of too.
Right? Yakra, that's his name.
Hit points back each. And then just keep the ladies attacking. We'll let them be the attackers, and Chrono can be the healer. And give Marley mid-ether, or Luca mid-ether rather. I'll give her 2 more opportunities to cast a spell, and I think by then Luca should be real close to dead. Alright.
Needle spin version 13. Ouch. Out. Lay her out. MIDI 16-bit magic, you bet your ass it is. Get some life on her.
That'll be the life.
Florida State and Duke play tomorrow.
Last round, 13 was 13 was dead.
They dropped something. Tab? Magic tab?
I don't remember what it is. I'll figure it out shortly. But now we can go get, we'll get a rainbow sword and a prism dress.
Right, prism dress. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's an evening.
And then we get the prism spectacles because we,
Call you daddy.
I hate that word.
I'll call you daddy.
Oh.
Daddy.
Yeah.
I remember you. I remember your face. Yeah, Derek, even the story's good. I think it's a good story.
That's a great game.
Bum, ba-da-bum. I like it.
Not quite. Oh, he's excited. He gets to play with rainbow shells and sunstones.
Shells and stones. Boats and hoes. Shells and stones.
So what?
Is it ever open?
I don't know.
One of those chests? One of those trick chests?
I mean, if we had Jill Valentine here, she could get it.
She's the master of unlocking. You open that shit right up. Find a key in there to unlock the next one. Need the crank.
Oh, Resident Evil loves its cranks.
It does. It has a... oh, yeah, there it goes. My boy.
Fun boy.
Yep.
So we're getting a prism dress, which will nicely outfit one of our ladies. And prism spectacles. He's got one more trick up the sleeve.
All right.
Da-da-da-da.
Using a lot of shell.
Rainbow sword. So, strongest weapon in the game, gives him a huge boost in attack, 28 boost in attack, and gives him a 70% critical hit rate, which is just
That's great.
ridiculous. And then we're also going to throw on the prism dress on Marley, and we also have the prism spectacles that can cause some extra damage, but and we're going to go ahead and throw that on Luca. So, we got some good stuff there. I don't think I missed anything there. So, now we're going to go back to the end of time right now, and at that point in time, we're going to check with the old man. I'm pretty positive I've gotten all the side quests done. He'll let me know if I have missed one. As soon as we're done with that, I think we're going to save up and call it a night and finish this in the morning.
Yeah. I think so too.
Probably 2 hours of gameplay left. Maybe not even that long. The Black Omen seems like it's long, but
Get the Omen.
yeah, it might not be as long as I think it is. Maybe with the ending and stuff, hour and a half, probably the best estimate I got for everybody. Like I said, we could probably finish tonight, but I am going to be a crabby.
No,
So
it
much.
would be 4 in the morning.
So probably not worth it. So
Absolutely not.
I think we made much better progress than we even planned. So
He's going to tell us where we're at.
yeah, so
He said it's got the real chancellor inside the chest.
one of you is close to me and needs help fast. Who is that?
Who are we missing?
Oh, did I talk about Magus? What am I missing? Oh.
Her?
No.
Yeah, Matthew, you taking off? Are you calling it an evening?
Well, I'm going to call it evening, and I might look up a little bit of something tonight. I don't know what that means.
What we missed?
Yeah, I feel like I got all the side quests, but I must be missing something.
Yeah, we'll look it up tonight. Lay in bed, figure it out.
Yeah. Somebody needs help fast. All right, so we're
I don't know.
gonna go ahead and save it right now. We are 11 hours and 53 minutes into this. Even if we find out there's another little side quest, I still think we're gonna be done by before 14-hour mark, which I think is a really good time, and I think we're pretty happy with that. So,
Yep, it satisfies me.
I don't want to know what satisfies you.
That satisfies me.
But thanks for everybody for joining us today. It's been a long one, but I think it's been kind of fun, and it's cool to just go out here and play this one big long playthrough. And Nick, thanks for having me over.
Yeah,
and we'll finish this up tomorrow.
Yeah, it's not over yet. We'll hit it up tomorrow. So thank you again, everybody, and we'll be setting up that stream tomorrow. So just pay attention here on SNES fans. All right, everybody, have a good night.
Thanks, guys.